Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. So Frank Warren does an interview. Shout out to Seconds Out. He says that basically, long story short, that Tyson Fury has not signed his end of the deal, and as far as the paperwork is concerned, and it's involving Fury not being right with all of the money that's involved. Money. This is coming from a guy who said he was going to donate his purse to mental awareness, something of that nature. Remember that? This is coming from a guy who said money is not a factor as far as he's concerned. You remember that? Yeah. So now he's not signing his end of the paperwork because, according to what he's told Frank Warren, or his people involved has told Frank Warren, the money's not right. He also said, Frank Warren, he also said that, look, next week, this week, that week, every time we get something, there's a problem, basically. Go look at the interview yourself. But here's the bottom line. It's not because the money's not right. It's that Fury can't sign anything because of that word, arbitration. Say it with me. Arbitration. Arbitration. Yo, look, you guys could laugh, you guys could clown. All right? This is the most disgusting era of boxing that I've seen. Because of the fans. You guys enable this nonsense. You got one side of fans talking about, hey man, Eddie's doing everything in his power to make this fight happen. Then you got another group of fans saying, hey man, Frank Warren is jealous of Eddie. He don't want this thing to be successful. AJ versus Fury would be a success for all parties involved. Why wouldn't he want this thing to happen? Why not? The bottom line is this. Eddie Hearn has fooled you. Again. Because think back what was said a while ago. Bob Arum and Frank Warren said, in reference to Fury versus AJ, they told him to shut up about it. And there was another interview where Eddie Hearn admits that he has a big mouth and sometimes he gets ahead of himself. Yeah. But they told him to shut up about it. Shut up. And he didn't listen. So now he's running around trying to back up his words. You know what the problem is? Tyson Fury can't agree to anything. All right, one of his interviews, he said that he can't even talk about it. He's even said that, look, I pay lawyers millions of dollars to handle that end of the business. What are you paying people millions of dollars? What are you paying your lawyers millions of dollars for? To fight for something that allegedly was over with. Yeah, the contract expired. Remember that? It was over with. So something that was over with, something that was expired, you're paying a legal team millions of dollars to take care of. Yo, who do you think you're talking to, man? Who do you think you're fooling? You're not fooling anybody, man. You're not fooling anybody. And to the Hearn fans and the Fury fans, you're holding on to that thread of hope that this is going to happen. But we're in May. When did Bob Arum say we'll know something about what's happening with this situation? In this month, in May. And at this point, I have been very civil. All I've asked, respectfully, is when's the fight going to happen? Because if it's going to happen, Fury versus AJ, if it's going to happen, You know, this is a boxing channel. I want to discuss who's going to win, Fury or AJ. It don't matter how I feel about it because it's going to happen, right? So shout out to all you trolls that left comments. And some of you are very vulgar. Some of you like to clown around a lot. But you know what I always say? Time reveals all truth. And a lie is nothing but the long way to the truth. Hearn has once again lied to you. And I'm done trying to be fair, saying, oh, well, you know, there's still time, it can happen. I'm done with that. It went from 28 days to, oh, we're moving on if we don't know something by Tuesday, to, oh, we might have a big announcement on the weekend of the Billy Joe Saunders fight. Look, the only news we got out of this weekend was Billy Joe Saunders is an overrated bum in comparison to everybody else in that division. And his only claim to fame was his gift of gab and who he associates with. So I really don't care if we see Billy Joe Saunders ever again. I really don't care. I was never a fan anyway. But what we didn't get was what Hearn said we could get, and that was an announcement between AJ and Fury. By the way, speaking of AJ, he's been very, very quiet, right? Very quiet. No one's asking him, hey man, what do you think about this fight? He's not forwarded any information. The only people that's been doing all the talking is Eddie Hearn and Tyson Fury. The whole division's on notice. Everyone. Who's next? Reggie Owens says, who's next? You're Wilder? He says, everybody. We're not docking anybody. The whole division's on notice. Yeah, that's a political answer. But he didn't say Deontay was next. He didn't even say AJ was next. In fact, a little bit after that, he did an interview. And he said, well, you know, he really can't speak on anything. So y'all done? Hey, Eddie Hearn fans, Fury fans, are y'all done listening to that guy? Never mind our opinion, because our opinion don't matter. Remember what I said, if the fight's going to happen, it's going to happen. Never mind my opinion. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen, right? Turn the direction away from us and start asking Eddie Hearn, yo, man, what's up? What's up? You said this weekend. You said last weekend. You're telling us to be patient. We've been patient. We're now in the 5th month of 2021. Fury has not fought yet. The Gypsy King has not fought yet. But you know what you have seen? You have seen Deontay Wilder hitting pads, showing you his skill set. You know who's training him now? It looks like he's in camp. As a matter of fact, it looks like Tyson Fury is in camp too. He had a little mouse under his eye. Wonder what he's in camp for. So as far as this last Frank Warren interview is concerned, Fury not signing due to the finances not being in order. Nonsense. Nonsense. He's not signing because he legally cannot sign. Because he's contractually obligated to. And when that arbitration is over and they say, yo, man, you got to fight Deontay. If he says no and tries to retire, good luck. If he says no and tries to wait 2 years for his contract to run out, good luck. Because then he's going to have to deal with Bob Arum, who's in the red with him. Bob Arum said that, not me. Where you at with Tyson Fury? Shout out to Barbershop Conversations. Where you at with Fury financially? He said, I'm in the red. He said, huh? I'm in the red. He said it twice. So you mean to tell me that Bob Arum invested all this money in this guy? He ain't seen a return on his investment? Really? Bob wants all his money. Step aside money? Really? Ooh. Bugs are out here. Step aside money? I don't know where Chisoria came with 80 mil. I don't know where Max Kellerman got 10 mil. But two things. Again, Bob Arum ain't have $1 million to give Sean Porter for Bud Crawford. Where they getting 80 million? All right. What happened to that $1 billion bag that Eddie Hearn got from DAZN? Why ain't he offered Deontay Wilder $80 million to step aside? Why he ain't do it? Tell me that. Bob wants all his money. If Tyson Fury, if he's ordered to fight Deontay, and he says no for whatever reason, and Bob takes a loss, Fury better not ever come back to boxing again, because that guy will make it his business to F him with no lubricant. I mean straight dry, breaking skin. Is that too graphic for you? Yeah, okay. Y'all go ahead and play with Bob Arum if you want to. There's a reason why Terrence Bud Crawford said, yo man, y'all don't know Bob's heart. He didn't want to ruffle that feather, because Bob will put the verbal and financial boots to your fucking skull. Where's the fight? But D's in camp. Wonder why he's in camp. Connect the dots. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Gone. Move!